We're live on YouTube. Okay, so we just came over here from Instagram. So if some of you watch my Instagram story, we're probably going to reiterate a few things over here. But I just want to cover all my basics because some people don't have Instagram, some people don't have Facebook, and some people don't have YouTube. But I can see the questions a little bit better over here on YouTube. So I'll pull that up. And how's everyone doing tonight on this Friday evening? Hey Sandra, hey Gomez, how's everyone doing? So we're going to talk a little bit about A44 because we are down to the very last days. We have we have about 3.5 days left. And we still need almost a little bit, maybe a little over 25,000. So it's still definitely doable. We can make this happen. We have a pretty large chunk right now, 54,336. However, that turns into $0 if we don't make our goal on September 12th, 11:22 Eastern Standard Time, AM. So XXX donated today. Thank you everybody here who has already donated. I feel like most of the people that I keep seeing in these chats, most of you already donated, and I just want to, first off, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody that's donated and shared this, supported us. We still have a lot to go, and there are so many other vegans out there. I would think that the vegans would want to do this no matter what. It's huge. It's like a huge step for veganism. So why wouldn't you want to be behind something like this? If you're just joining us, let me tell you why. Well, we have a movie here that is 10 years in the making. I wrote the script about 10 years ago. And it is a horror movie. It is a real horror movie. It's not a parody. It's not funny horror. It's a horror movie. It's a zombie movie. And it has a vegan theme to it. It ends with a vegan role model superhero that can go on to a sequel, TV series, hopefully. The donations will be open until almost noon, 11:22 a.m. on September 12th. So we need all of our donations in by that time, so we can hit our goal. And then, it's like, that's huge for, especially for children, like I know what this movie is. I wrote it, and I can tell you for sure that me as a kid, if I saw this movie, I would be so inspired. I would be wanting to, pretend I was the character. That's what I used to do, like growing up in the early 80s and stuff. That's what I did. I would emulate who I saw on TV, who really inspired me. And this is a kick-ass movie, So I think that a lot of kids will kind of really resonate with it. This will resonate with them, and that's huge because then maybe the mainstream can start changing things. I know somebody was mentioning, school lunches and stuff. Maybe if enough people start talking about it, we can change school lunches to have vegan, a lot more vegan options, or even all vegan options. That would be great if we could change the way things are today. Change traditions, change like so many things, so that vegan is now the mainstream, where we're not poking fun of it anymore. We actually have a movie with a vegan role model, and that's what our goal is. That's what our aim is. Bring in the vegan message. Not to mention that we are also donating 5 of our investor points to 5 different animal sanctuaries. That's huge, because that means every time the movie makes money, every time somebody orders it in Redbox or buys a movie ticket, or it's on Netflix or Amazon or Hulu or whatever, every time the movie makes money, those investors make money. So those 5 animal sanctuaries will be making money for the lifetime of that movie. Now, I just went to Mockingbird Farm Sanctuary yesterday, and I did a live video there, and I also did another video that I will be posting most likely tomorrow. And it shows, I go there and I show the animals. This is what it's for. This is what we would be helping out. So if you even have like $1 or 5 or 10, or just donate. It's for a good cause. This is the most a vegan message could bring that I could, come up with. That this is great. We got the vegan message, and we got the direct action supporting these sanctuaries, showing people why we're doing what we're doing. You see these animals and you fall in love with them right away. It's like, it's heartbreaking that they were ever in any kind of danger in the first place. So you feel good. It makes you feel good knowing that they're safe now, because of people like you guys, people like us that actually care. We are at 54,436, and we've gone up a few investors, or a few pledges. So people are hearing this. Thank you so much for pledging, making this happen. I want to also talk to you guys also about some of the actors that would be in the film if we make it, and why we haven't announced that yet. Well, I told you guys once we met our funding and we had the right amount of funds, we would be announcing the actors, and I was trying to meet up with a couple of them when I flew out to LA. It never happened. We never got funded. I thought maybe with the huge following that we have with the vegans, we would already be funded. But that's not the case. We are, again, I feel like most of you guys that are watching this have all pitched in. So this isn't directed towards any of you. This is directed towards, other people that are just like passing this over, that aren't believing in this. 161,000 subscribers, only 759 have donated, and that's less than 1%. So that's kind of disheartening that so many people would rather, I don't know, post other things like selfies or their $20 meal than donating $1 to this cause that can further veganism directly and indirectly, and could also pave the way for a further series, which I've already got up in my head, that we've already been brainstorming, Brooklyn and myself, talking about, like a whole world that would probably rival Stranger Things. Think that. I mean, it's not Stranger Things, but something like that as far as the series goes. People getting excited to watch it, whatever, having vegan pizza parties when they watch this. I could see myself as a kid having my friends come over and having pizza and watching something like this. That's the stuff I used to do when I was little. Obviously, we didn't have Netflix, but we did other things. But yeah, we have like a whole little world set apart, and it all revolves on this vegan role model superhero that can fight the injustices and the zombie apocalypse, which basically is the analogy there. The meat and the contaminated meat and dairy that's turning everybody into zombies and stuff like that. It's really fun though. There's like so much we can do with this. So that's why this is so important, because without the funds, we don't have a movie. And this never comes to the mainstream. None of you guys ever get to know what this movie is if we don't get funded. We have everything in place. I just did the video the other day, last week actually, with Rick, who is our cinematographer. He has the Red Dragon, which is an amazing camera. They shot The Hobbit and some other movies on cameras like that. So it's an amazing piece of machinery. We're going to have a really cool cinematic movie. I know some of you are asking me, is this going to be like a handheld thing? No, this is going to be a very cinematic, eye-pleasing movie. It's going to be great. We just need to get to that goal so we can fund the movie. And that gets me back on track to talk about the actors that we have or would have for the movie. Now, the reason why I never said who the actors were is because the way actors work is they go through their agents, and you need to give them an offer, a money offer. We need to get, we don't have any money right now, so we technically can't give them an offer to be in it. But the actors who would be in this, if we get funded on time, that's the other thing. If we don't get funded now, we're going to still work on this and try to get other investors, but we're most likely not going to be able to film it when we want to film it. And if we can't film it when we want to film it, then that means some of these actors that have already showed interest in doing this may not be able to be in the movie after all. That's why I hesitated when I was talking about who the actors were. One of them, which I've already announced, is very, very tight on their time. They can only do 1 day. We only need them for 1 day, but they're only available 1 day for about 4 hour window. And after that, their time is being, they're doing a whole tour for their new book and everything. And I've already announced this person, and I would think that most of us vegans would be very, very happy to hear that Dr. Greger of nutritionfacts.org is interested in being in this movie, but only if it's filmed on that one certain day. And if we can't do that, then I'm sad to say that he probably won't be able to be in it. And there's an amazing part for him, and I'm thinking that, if everything goes as planned and we get all the people we need, and here we are a year from now, and the premiere is out, and all of us are going to the premiere, and we're in the movie theater and we're watching it, and the lights go out, and then the movie starts playing, and whatever happens, people react the way they do, but that one scene comes on, and all of a sudden you hear his voice, Dr. Greger. I think that's like a pivotal point for most of us vegans, that I could see people being like, yeah, Dr. Greger, at least that's what I anticipate. So let's make this happen. Let's get funded and make this happen. So some of the other actors that, again, I'm not saying are in the movie because of legal contractual things, but if everything went as planned, we would have potentially some other actors such as Ed Asner. Ed Asner is a award-winning actor, very well known. He played Santa Claus in the movie Elf. He was the president of the Screen Actors Guild. Very decorated actor, and he was, if everything went as planned, maybe in the movie. Another actor that I told you guys about that will be in this, Maggie Wagner will be in this. You can IMDb her. Thank you, Maricelli. Thank you for the donation in the super chat. I always forget about the super chat, and then all of a sudden this big thing pops up on screen with money signs on it. Thank you so much for the donation. Some people don't have, because unfortunately the Kickstarter doesn't let you pay with PayPal or anything. So some people would rather do it through the YouTube. But anyway, where were we at here? Oh, the other actors. What other actors could be in this? If we got funded, we might be able to have somebody that was in the movie Candyman. Now, Candyman's a horror movie. Does everybody know Candyman? So, do you guys know who played the character Candyman? That was Tony Todd. We might have Tony Todd, who is the main villain in Candyman. He's Candyman. So, right there, that goes to show you some of the horror fans. And I don't know why the horror community is not picking this up, but they're not. But Tony Todd is a very iconic actor from horror movies and a lot of other movies as well. He doesn't just do horror movies, but yeah. Tony Todd. So, we also have... We do have an actor from the Goonies, but I cannot mention this actor's name. And then we have somebody, another person that these are the people that I can't mention their names, but we've already talked to their agents and stuff. So there's somebody from one of the Twilight movies, and then there's somebody from the original Pet Sematary, and then there's of course myself, which you guys probably don't care about that, Indy the Pup, which you probably do care about, Indy the Pup, and then there's my favorite, my favorite movie, y'all know, is E.T. E.T. And again, I feel like I'm just going to reiterate already what I said on the Instagram live, but really, E.T. is my favorite movie because of the nostalgia it brings me. It's more of a feeling to me than just a memory of a good movie. Like when somebody says, "Oh, that's my favorite movie," it's so much more than just my favorite movie. It is, it is, it's a feeling, and like I said in the Instagram, it gives me intense feelings of happiness and sadness. And the reason why is because I can bring myself right back to that time in my head. And 1982, with my little brother and my dad and the kids we babysat, the kids my mom babysat at the time, and where I sat in the movie theater. This is 1982, and how I felt when I watched E.T., okay? And the reason why I also have intense sadness is because I know that I can never go back to that moment again. It's gone forever. The only where that exists is up here in my head. So, that's kind of crazy. But the actor from E.T., I actually met this actor a few years ago at one of the horror conventions here in Syracuse, and I was totally blown away when I met them, and I kind of didn't know what to say, but I have it all. I have a vlog of it. You can watch my actual vlog, and I believe it's on my second channel, and it was like, I'm talking about E.T. and stuff. But the actor is Dee Wallace. Dee Wallace, right here, signed this for me when I met her. She plays the mother in E.T. And she's perfect for the part that I have her for in my movie, A44. And the way it came about was I was talking to Brooklyn, our co-director, and she said, "Who would you like to play this part?" And I said, "Well, if I could, I would have Dee Wallace." She goes, "Well, what about this person?" I'm like, I mean, if we can't get Dee Wallace, but I would really like Dee Wallace. And she's like, "Oh, let me see what I can do." And she wrote to Dee because she kind of knew her a little bit, so she wrote to her, and then it was positive feedback. So that right there was like, that made my day. And again, if we can't shoot this movie when we plan on shooting it, we might not have these actors. Right now, if we can meet this deadline, we have these actors. We just need to give them the monetary offer to their agents. So, imagine that. I'm inspired by E.T. 36 years ago when it came out, when I saw it as a little kid. And that's a big reason why, some of the inspiration I got when I wrote this movie, A44. Because it's not just a horror movie. It's not just a zombie movie. There's total aspects of it that I was inspired by E.T., by Goonies, by Stand By Me. All these kind of are in this. And 1999, Henry, thank you so much. Thank you guys for the donations. So yeah, so this is huge for me, okay? So knowing that Dee Wallace is going to be acting alongside me in a movie and directing her in this movie is like priceless to me. Yeah, I mean that's crazy. Steven Spielberg started shooting E.T. 37 years ago this month, and they shot it September to December of 1981. And it's been a huge impact on me ever since I was a little kid, you know? It just, something we always talked about it as a family at my house and stuff like that. And now I have that chance. So that was my big one right there. We also have the other actors that I mentioned as well. Yeah, I was only like, what was I? I was like 6 years old when I saw it in the movie theaters, and I still remember it perfectly. I saw it twice in the theaters too. So it was awesome being able to check out that park where they filmed it in when I was in California last week. If you guys missed that, check it out. I was sitting in the I forget the name of it, but the park where they filmed E.T. So yeah, so if you're gonna donate, please go over. Thank you for donating. Please go over to the Kickstarter. Brooklyn is in the chat right now, and she is. Let me see if I can pin pin it. Brooklyn's. It's not letting me pin it. So I don't know why, but it's not letting me pin it right now. But anyways, she is linking the Kickstarter link so you guys can check that out. Again, we need to make this goal in less than 4 days. We are doing I just posted a video a couple hours ago. I got a 30-pound block of vegan cheese from Violife. They sent it to me. They said, here, play with this. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this? So I decided to reach out to my friend Joel, who owns Strong Hearts Cafe here in Syracuse, New York, which is an all-vegan cafe. And I said, hey, can we do a fundraiser for the Kickstarter? And we make grilled cheese sandwiches. So I went there last night, and we shredded the cheese. We tested it out. The grilled cheeses came out delicious. So all day tomorrow that they're open 9 a.m. to midnight, go to Strong Hearts if you're in the Syracuse area. Pick up a grilled cheese sandwich, and those proceeds will go directly to A44 movie Kickstarter. So yeah, I mean, we also have, if you guys know, like I interviewed Moby a while ago, and then I saw him again at Veggie Grill, and then I saw him again last week, and I said, Moby, I have something amazing I want to talk to you about. I actually wrote a part for Moby, but he's really busy when we're going to be filming, so he can't do the part. But he said, feel free to use my music. And I said, any of your music. So I said, my favorite song by you is blah, blah, blah. And I said it. I don't know if I should give it away if I'm going to use the song in the movie. I'm just going to give it away. I said, my favorite song by you is Ever Loving, and I would love to use that song. There's a great scene for the movie where probably two-thirds of the way into the song, when it starts really picking up the pace, is I want to use it. And he said, sure thing. So I'm very excited about that. Thank you guys for donating everything. If you guys don't have a way to donate on the actual Kickstarter, then this is great. But if you can donate on the Kickstarter, go over there and donate to that. Because if we don't make our goal by the 12th, then we don't get any of that. And right now we have about $54,000 over there, and that's amazing. But that $54,000, if we don't make the goal, it equates to $0. So we need to make the goal. Kickstarter is kind of those things that it's like all or nothing. If we don't make it, we don't get any of it. So that's why it's so important to get this out there. This is the movie that we want. If we're vegan, and you're vegan, and you go by the ethics of veganism, you want this movie to be out there. This movie is going to be a mainstream movie with a vegan theme to it, and it's going to directly impact 5 different animal sanctuaries. This is amazing. The animals are going to benefit from this. People are going to benefit from this. The environment, just think of that, a vegan mainstream movie that doesn't poke fun of vegans. This is going to show the vegan in a different light, a role model light, a superhero that can go on. You had a major panic attack during E.T. Was that a part when E.T. went goodbye? I'm still trying not to give away E.T., but I feel like, spoilers, E.T. came out in 1982, so if you haven't seen it yet. Melissa says, I'm going to watch E.T. because of you. Have you seen E.T. yet, or have you never seen it yet? It's an amazing movie, and it still holds up to today. In fact, when I watch it, like I get a little sad. I just lied. I get a lot sad when I watch it because it's like it brings back all those great memories, and I can't go back to those memories. They're gone forever. But I love the movie more than anything. Well, I love the movie more than any other movie. I love a lot of movies, but that's my all-time favorite. So some of you have never seen it. So if you've never seen E.T., I really suggest going to see E.T. Fun fact about E.T. too, like, and we're also reaching out to so many vegan companies because this movie is only going to promote vegan products. So we're not going to promote anything that's not vegan. So we want to give all these vegan companies a chance to feature their products. So we want them to invest in this movie. We want them to believe in this movie and do it that way because let's face it, most movies that are mainstream movies, they overlook the smaller vegan companies and they go with the bigger non-vegan companies, and the vegan companies always get like snubbed. So we want to give all the vegan companies that chance. Now, fun fact about ET. So if you see ET, you'll notice that the candy that is very prominent in that movie are Reese's Pieces. And up until that time, Reese's Pieces were not popular at all. They were around, but nobody bought them. You know, the main candy that was that kind of candy were M&Ms. Well, the producers or whoever reached out to people, Spielberg that directed it, but they reached out to M&M and they're like, we're doing this movie called E.T. It's about, you know, this boy that meets this alien and they form a bond of friendship and we're coming to you because we want to promote, we want to use M&M in the movie. And they're like, not in a movie like this. No, we don't feel comfortable you put in our product, our, you know, good name product in your alien movie. So they're like, okay, I guess we'll go to somebody else. So they went to Reese's Pieces, who were not popular at all, and they said, would you want to be featured in our movie as the candy? And they're like, yeah, we do. Well, E.T. is the highest grossing films of all time when you consider inflation, and it killed it in the box office. And Reese's Pieces, everybody bought Reese's Pieces at that point. And the people who said no at M&M's were probably fired for their poor decision. But anyway, yeah, that's how Reese's Pieces come about. So that's what I want to be able to do something. I'm not saying that this is going to be E.T. I'm just saying that I really stand behind this movie, and I really feel that this movie, if we ever get the capability, me and the funding to make this movie come to life, that I put everything that I have ever done behind this movie. I back it wholeheartedly. Genuinely, this is going to be a great movie. And you know, I would like for, you know, some of my favorite companies to believe in this and be featured in our movie. But we need mutual help on this. We need funding from these companies to help fund this movie in return for promoting some of our favorite products. That's what we need. And a lot of these products I have been featuring just because I love these products and I want people to know about vegan products for free for many, many, many years on my YouTube channel. So we need some kind of mutual benefit here. So that's what we're looking for. So if you want a vegan product and we've promoted each other before, let's do it. And we have perfect scenes for it too. Let me tell you what. What else? What else can I say about this movie? What not to expect from this movie. You don't have to. This isn't going to be some silly parody. The zombies these are real zombies. Yeah, we're hiring real zombies. No, but these are real zombies, and meaning like you're not gonna. Don't expect this to be like. A lot of people I feel like think that this is some corny thing where a bunch of zombies are walking around trying to eat plants or moaning grains, and no, this is a horror movie. This isn't something to be silly. This is straight. You will understand after watching this movie what the vegan zombie is, what I created all those years ago. Um, and that's probably one of the biggest questions people ask me is, why do you call it the vegan zombie? Because zombies aren't vegan. Like, so what, do they just go around eating plants? Like, what is this? What, and it's, I don't want to give it away because I have this movie that I want to put out there, and hopefully we can make this movie, and then I can easily just say, go watch the movie, go watch A44, and that'll answer all your questions. Because people think that there's no way that, I've even had people say to me, or say in the comments that, like, I really think that you should change the name. And like, how do you know? You don't even know my movie. How are you asking me to change the name when you know nothing about what I've created? It's not a misnomer. This is by all means 100%. I stand by it. It is what it is. It is the vegan zombie. Unfortunately, we couldn't call it the vegan zombie. We're calling it A44, but hand in hand, there's no difference. This is the vegan zombie with a different name, A44. For those of you that were asking about A44, we had to call it something different. We understood that the majority of the population are not vegan, and I, without a doubt, would think that most of the vegans would want to go watch the movie regardless because of the vegan theme to it and knowing that it is the vegan zombie movie. However, there's a lot of people that aren't vegan, and some people, unfortunately, once they hear the word vegan, it's a huge turnoff, and they wouldn't want to go see it anyway. So, without calling it the vegan zombie, we're calling it A44. We need to establish the movie and how good the movie is, because right now, nobody's just going to take our word for it. We need to make this movie and let the audience make their own decision if this movie is good or not. And hopefully the majority will come back and say this is a good movie and you've established yourself now. And then in the future we could do a series that we could easily call the vegan zombie, because we've already established what it is and people would know, and it wouldn't be something that people wouldn't see because they already have these preconceived notions that it's going to be corny or something that they don't want to watch. So that's how we're going to do it. That's how we get the majority of people to go watch something. And it's not like we're going to trick anybody, because this is still going to be a standalone quality horror movie for everybody that is just a horror fan. Now think of that too. Look at the cast that they've already revealed. We have Tony Todd and Dee. Both of those characters, both of those actors are in some very, very famous, iconic horror movies. We got Candyman, The Howling, Lords of Salem, Rob Zombie's Halloween, Cujo, not to mention E.T. But like horror movies alone, like that does it. Like that, those are some really, and that's not even it. There's more, but those are some like really respectable horror movies that we have here, these characters from. So please, horror community, take us seriously and give us some kind of love. Cover this. Do something here. We got the blessing of Moby to use his music, and the first song that I said when he said I could use his music, I said, "Can I use the song Ever Loving?" That's on one of his most, I think, his most popular album. And he said, "Sure thing." That's my favorite song by Moby, and that's awesome that we can use it in the movie. Ed Asner, another iconic actor, award-winning actor, Santa Claus from Elf, former president of the Screen Actors Guild. An actor from Goonies, an actor from Twilight, an actor from the original Pet Sematary. This could be amazing, but if we don't do this on time, we might not have all those actors. Dr. Gregor, again, he can only do it on that certain day. And if we film it, and if everything goes as planned, we can still film this when we're supposed to, and he can still be in it. But if not, he might not be able to be in it. And who here doesn't want to see Dr. Greger of nutritionfacts.net.org in this movie. Perfect, perfect, right? And he will be playing the perfect part as well. John says Ever Loving would work great in a movie like this. See, exactly. And why don't you know what? This isn't really giving anything away. Let me tell you the scene that I want to use it in. There's a scene where my character is riding in the back of a pickup after some climatic scenes with some zombies. You know, probably the wind blowing in the face. My dog next to me, Indy, and the other characters in the truck driving it. You know, barely made it out alive, kind of thing, and just like you know the music starts playing right at that part as we're driving down past cornfields and train tracks in the fall in upstate New York, setting with that song playing in the background. That right there, that is perfect. That would be perfect. And that's not really giving away anything. Yes, Dr. Greger is on tour after that, so if we don't get him during that, really it is. It's just one day that he's available. 4 hours on one day in October. And that's the only day he's available while we would be shooting. And if we can't make it work for that day, then we don't have him. And that would be a shame. That would be a shame. Because wouldn't that be awesome to get a mainstream movie out there that would promote veganism and not make fun of it, and finally have a mainstream movie with some of the people that you're familiar with, Dr. Greger, myself, some of these other iconic actors, and Indy the pup on the big screen, being a pup. I mean, that's what he does. He's a pup. How are we? I don't know. He might be trying to play with the zombies rather than try to bite the zombies. So I don't know. This could be great for kids, role model for kids. After the fact, this movie is going to be rated R. But I watched rated R movies when I was little, and those were some of my favorite movies looking back. But I understand it's rated R, but let me say that this can lead into a kid and family-friendly TV series. Netflix series is what we're hoping for, that will have a vegan superhero, vegan role model that kids can look up to, and rightfully so. It's got I wish I could just tell you guys all about this, because I feel like a lot of people don't have an idea really of what this movie. I can't give it away, but it's like a lot of people that I have told this to have said, "Oh, that's nothing what I thought it was going to be." Like this, like I told one of my friends last night, and and I told Cesar last week, and I told everybody that I've told, like, it's the same thing. They get chills when I tell them the end of this movie. I have to tell a lot of people, don't repeat this, don't tell anybody this, but do you mind if I ruin the ending for you? Do you mind if I tell? And they're like, no, I want to hear it. So I tell them the end of the movie, and they all get chills. Wouldn't you want to see a movie like that? Those are the kind of movies that I like. Those are the kind of movies that resonate with me. When I leave a theater, I want to have that emotional impact. I want to have chills. I want to be like, wow, and be thinking about that movie for the next couple days to the next week after I see a movie. When I go to see a movie and then I forget about it an hour after I watched it, like, that's not really a movie that I probably would watch again, that really did anything for me. But when a movie can evoke emotion like that with somebody, that is the movie that will be in your mind. That is the movie people will be talking about. And that's what we need for a vegan mainstream movie. Because if we can get some people to be talking about it, not just some, lots of people, mainstream, if we can get people to talk about this and, do vlogs about this and reviews about this, with that underlying vegan message, this would be huge for the vegan movement, without a doubt. And we're not doing it in an in-your-face way. We're not doing it in a corny way. We're not being pushy with it. We're simply showing some of the truths, and we're doing it in a really fun way. That's all I can really say about it without going in and giving it away. But yeah, the end is going to give you, you're going to want to see more. Not in a way where you're going to be mad saying like, oh, that can't be it, like I can't believe you did that to us. It's in a way where you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to see the next one. And I don't mind talking this up because this is really good. I get excited every time I reread the script. I get excited because I want to be filming this right now. And we have everything in place, from the high-tech cameras that we'll be using, the Red Dragons, the professionals that will be shooting this with us, the crew, the cast, the iconic cast that, I mean, people, once we have the cast locked, people will be talking about this because, you know, award-winning actors, you know? I mean, and the script, the most important part. Without the story, without a good story, we have nothing. But we have all of these. We don't have the funding. So we need this funding to happen. And we only have a few days left. So I urge all of you to please, 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 if you haven't already, go over to Kickstarter and pledge what you can. If you're low on funds, pledge $1, share it. If we don't hit our goal, we don't get any of it. So that 54,000 in there right now, we don't get any of it if we don't hit the 80,000. So we have a little bit to catch up on in the next few days. If we start a new Kickstarter, do we start? Yes, if we start. So the thing about Kickstarter is I can't go in and revise it. I can't revise any of the pledges once somebody pledges. So once they're there, they're locked in, and you can't extend it. So it's a 30-day Kickstarter for a reason. Once those days are up, it's gone. If it doesn't make it, we'll tackle that when it happens. But right now, we're optimistic and we're hoping that it happens. A lot of pledges usually come in on fundraisers like this at the very last moment. A lot of 30 to 50% funded, and a lot of them are funded like that in the last few hours or in the last day or so. So we still have time, but don't wait. If you're watching this now, please go over, if you haven't already, and donate to this Kickstarter. Seriously, when do you guys want to see this movie? I promise you, I promise. When have I ever not been genuine about what I've said in all those years that I've been on YouTube? I'm most genuine to a fault, and I'm telling you guys, we have something great here, and we will deliver an amazing movie, and we will do it the best way we can. And it will be vegan, a vegan-themed movie, all the way down to the catering on set will be 100% vegan. So all of our makeup for the zombie makeup will be vegan. We're just super excited to be able to do this, and I don't want this opportunity to pass us by, because I don't know when we would be able to do it again. Again, I appreciate everybody that's donated and supported so far, and I really do feel like I'm preaching to the choir. Like everybody here has already pledged. It's the other vegans that haven't pledged, and there's so many vegans out there. And why do I keep saying vegans? Because, well, honestly, none of the horror community picked this up, and I don't know why. Because this is a horror movie, and they're probably gonna kick themselves when this movie comes out, and they're like, why didn't we cover this before? Because it is a horror movie, and it's got some horror icons in it, but unfortunately nobody got back to us. And don't think that we didn't. I have taken so much time. I've reached out to everybody I can think of. I've reached out to vegan celebrities. I've emailed vegan organizations. I've emailed and Instagram messaged, you know, so many people that I've supported over the years, that I've done things for, and it's mostly comes back to just nothing. Crickets. So, um, if you really want to help us out and be involved with something that can do so much, so many good things, help so many animals out at 5 different sanctuaries, and give a vegan theme to the mainstream media. That's what we all want, right? We all want. We're all vegan for a reason, right? We all want to see it succeed, and it is succeeding. It is going mainstream, but there's no movies out there. There's no movies out there in the mainstream that are not documentaries that are vegan. And for some reason, like Brooklyn's reached out to several investors, and for some reason, they only want to do documentaries or food, and they're not seeing. I would think that they would eat this right up, because this is big. This is like, you know, think Stranger Things big. You know, this has the potential of something like that. That is like, that resonated with me, and that's another. You know, the Duffer Brothers captured the way, you know, the way that Steven Spielberg did E.T. And that is part of what inspired me when I wrote this, and the feel of it. I mean, this is going to be present day and all, but this has the potential. This has a huge potential to be huge. And why anybody wouldn't see that, I don't know. If you're an investor and you have the money to be able to make this happen, then don't wait. Like, get in on this. You're gonna look back in a couple years and say, "I'm glad I got in this," or you're gonna say, "Why didn't I get in on this?" Um, Unfortunately, nobody believes in you until you make it, and unfortunately, you can't make it without having the funds to do so. So we're kind of in a catch-22 here, and we're relying on all of you to help as the numbers. And even if you can't donate all of it or a big chunk of it, we can all come together and donate a little bit. And if we all did that, we'd be funded. Like I said, I have 161,000 followers on YouTube alone. And if half of those donated $1, we would be funded. But we have we have 763 backers right now. 763 out of my 161,000 followers. If you took 1,000 of my followers away, that wouldn't even be 1%, and we don't even have 1,000 people backing this. So I don't know. I've been going live. I've been doing videos for almost 30 days now about this. I've been traveling out. I went to California. I've been really working around the clock trying to promote this and show people how important this is. This isn't about me. It's way bigger than that. It's way bigger than any one person. This can do so much. Yeah, this will satisfy my dream come true, obviously, but that's not what it's about. There's so much more to this than any one person. What this could do to change the mainstream as far as the way they look at things like this. This is gonna. I've always thought of this like, this is how I promoted veganism all these years, especially with the vegan zombie. I wanted to just make a really cool, enjoyable, entertaining theme that people would like to watch, that would also teach veganism, and that's what I did. And this is what this movie is about. It will give you an entertaining movie. And I know not everybody likes horror, but there's a lot of people out there that do, that will see the movie. And it will also make people think. It will show, there's a vegan theme to it. It's not overbearing. It's not going to make people want to get out of the theater and walk away because of it. It's very scientifically done as well. And it's going to make people think. It's going to make people think about their choices. And that's what we want. That's really what we want. And I can't really say anything else about that, except for my hand is numb now because I was holding this whole time. So I'm just going to set this down over here and look at some of the questions that we have. Okay. And if I haven't answered a lot of these questions because I wasn't really looking, maybe Brooklyn was able to answer a bunch for you. She is the co-director, and she's in the chat right now. She's spamming the link to the Kickstarter, so you guys can go check that out. Veganism is not dead. Veganism is not going to die because it's only going to get bigger. I've seen this, and I knew this. I knew this when I started the vegan zombie. I knew I was on to something. Zombies are not going to go out of style. George Romero made them popular 50 years ago, back in 1968, and they're only they you know, people can say, you know, oh, there's enough zombie movies out there after The Walking Dead and all that, but there's really not. There's still, people are still eating the whole zombie thing up. They're still popular, and people still love watching zombie movies. Veganism is only getting bigger. When I went vegan 24 years ago, it was very, very unheard of. And now it's pretty much mainstream. And it's only getting bigger. And I knew this when I started the vegan zombie, even 10 years ago, that, you know, I told John was the face of the vegan zombie for many years because I didn't want to be on camera. But what I told John was like, John, this is something, like, this is a very unique idea. Zombies are popular, and they're not gonna go out of style anytime soon. And veganism is only gonna get bigger. Why? Because it's not a diet, it's not a fad, it's a lifestyle, and more people want to do the right thing, and it really is the right thing to do. And more people hear about it and learn about it, and they end up doing it. And that's what I've seen over the years. So no, veganism is not going out of style, and it's not going to go. Veganism is the future. More and more people are going to go vegan as time goes on. There, like I say, I've said this in many videos too. Veganism is there's so many reasons to go vegan, and there's no good reason not to go vegan. Going vegan was the single best decision I ever made in my life. I say that often, and I truly believe it. Annie says 24 years ago you had to buy your soy milk in a health food store. That is definitely true. We would have our health food stores we would go to, and come on, guys. I mean, Dee Wallace in the movie. I'll even tell you the character that she was going to play. I'll give this away. I'll give this away to you guys since you're live right now. Dee Wallace, if we can get funded on time and we can give her the offer when we said we would give her the offer, she would play my character's mother. Come on. Don't you? Dee Wallace from my all-time favorite movie. I often pretended that I was Elliot when I was little, and she was my TV mom, and here we are almost 40 years later. I mean, that's just amazing. That's amazing. What else can I share with you guys? Because we have the most people on tonight that we've had on in a while. So what else do we want to hear? That is not. Okay, so there's only one reason why I can think somebody wouldn't want to be vegan, honestly. And it's just because, plain and simple, they don't want to. That's the only legit reason for somebody not to go vegan, because they don't want to. I would never force anything on anybody, and I never claim to. But what I do is I want to inspire and educate. I want to show people that it's doable, and that it's fun, and that it's easy, and it's the right thing to do. And I want them to come to their own conclusion that they, plain and simple, want to go vegan. So yeah, I do agree. I do believe what I say when there's no reason not to go vegan. There really isn't. You can come up with a million reasons, but you can be ignorant and arrogant and all those things and try to say, well, I love killing animals, or whatever you want to say, and you know, stand by it. But the only legit thing is if you simply don't want to, and that's your prerogative. Anyway, so we have, you don't know how to undo it. What did you do? You blocked Byron. You can't block Byron. Where's Byron? 300 seconds. Yeah. So Byron should be back in 300 seconds. I don't know how that happened, Byron. Sorry about that. Byron has been helping us every day. I want to give a shout out to Byron, actually. He's been telling everybody about this. He actually was telling everybody at the in the chat at the Paul McCartney concert with the 41,000 people about this to go over and check it out. So I want to give a huge shout out to Byron. And I don't know if he can hear us or not if he's in timeout. But 300 seconds, he'll be back in a sec. He'll be back in a little bit. OKC says, sorry, my hand slipped. So sorry, Byron's the best. Okay, so that was an accident. So we'll just wait for him to get back. What else can I say? What else can I say? I'm going to be posting a video tomorrow of Mockingbird Animal Sanctuary, which is one of the recipients of the proceeds from the movie. We have 5 animal sanctuaries, which we will be donating a point to each one of them. So that's huge. Every time the movie makes money, they make money for years and years and years. That's the best thing I can do to give back to the animals. And that happens with your guys' help. So think about it this way. If you donate to this Kickstarter and it's successful, then you can rest assured that you just helped contribute to 5 different sanctuaries. That's hundreds of animals for the rest of their life. You can feel so good about that. And you help put a movie out there in the mainstream that sends a vegan message. And again, for all of those out there, there's probably a lot of people out there also. I just don't know because I haven't been picked up or interviewed or anything remotely with any horror blogs or any news outlets or anything like that. We've been showed no attention from them, so I don't know. But I can also say that the non-vegans that are not part of the vegan community, that are only in the horror community or whatever, are just movie lovers in general. I don't want to classify anybody or anything because most people love movies. Some people love horror movies, some people don't. But the end result is this is a standalone good movie without, some of the best movies have themes to them. Like if you look at George Romero's movies, his zombie movies, they all had themes to them. Night of the Living Dead had a theme to it. It had an underlying theme to it. Dawn of the Dead also had an underlying theme to it. It was consumerism. And he was really good at putting out like an entertaining zombie movie with all the blood and gore, but also get a very valid point across. So this does the same thing. Kickstarter right now is we're at 54. So we've gone up since I've been online. We've gone up about maybe $700, which is awesome. If we could do that every hour until the Kickstarter ends, we can probably reach our goal. 3.5 days left. I know it says 4 up there, but that will change soon. Byron is back. I don't know if you heard anything that I said, Byron, but thank you for all the hard work you've been doing. Gomez is going to reach out to his music friend. Thank you. Again, if anything we're going to do, we need to do it soon. We only have, like I said, 3.5 more days left, and then the Kickstarter will be over. If we make our goal, we get all of that, and we're funded. We can give those offers to those actors that I've already told you are more than happy to be in this movie. But if we don't, we might not have those actors at all. Linda is sorry about that, so she didn't mean to block you. That was an axe. It didn't. Where would the premiere be? Brooklyn. I think we've been talking about having the premiere definitely in LA. I did want to do a premiere also. I don't know if you can do two premieres because isn't premiere the definition like the premiere? But anyway, I did want to do something in Syracuse because that's where we'll be filming it. That's where I'm from. But I think it kind of needs to be out there in LA so we can, we can do this properly. But I do want to have something here, probably like for friends and Kickstarter backers and stuff out here in Syracuse, because this is really where I drew the inspiration to create the story. It takes place here in Syracuse, New York. Well, not Syracuse, but that's where we'll be filming it, but it takes place in like an upstate area, cornfields and train tracks and that kind of thing. Very small town, and that's where I grew up. We were gonna try the 24-hour stream marathon fun. See if we could do that. Maybe have some other people in on this. That'd be great. That's why I haven't logged off yet. But I don't think that's gonna be tonight. I didn't plan on that tonight. But we only have a few days left, and then the day it ends, I have to drive to Baltimore for the Expo East. So that's gonna be fun. Hopefully I can drive there with a big smile on my face, thinking of the next step that we're gonna do for A44 and getting the all the actors on board, so we have them locked in, and then we can go to the next step. So we will be at festivals. Brooklyn says worldwide. Brooklyn is the co-director of this, so she knows more about the festival stuff than I do. But that's going to be fun. We're going to be at festivals, and hopefully, that's what we're going to be doing. So when we go to festivals, I think, Brooklyn, am I right? Like, anybody can attend those. So if we're in your area, I'll just kind of shout it out on my YouTube channel. You guys already follow. And I'll be like, hey, guys, we're going to be in Atlanta. Meet us out at the film festival, and then we'll go to the film festival. You guys will be able to screen it, stuff like that. I don't know. Something like that. Officially pledged, Deanna, thank you. We're up to $54,800. We're doing this. We're making this happen. So we've reached at least over $1,000 since I went on an hour ago. Let's real quick here while we have as many people in here. Let's all give it the thumbs up so we can rank this up. I like to see the thumbs up. Just give it the thumbs up. How many other people are excited about this? How many people want this to happen? Hit the thumbs up down on the bottom of the screen. Let me know. We have $25,000 left. A little over 25,000. And think about this. This is going to be so fun. And when we're filming, I'll be doing some behind the scenes vlogs. There is a package on the Kickstarter that you can pledge for where you're going to get the movie and also the behind the scenes. So that's separate. But that's separate from what I'll be doing on my vlogs, because I'm going to also vlog a lot of what's going on and be posting those, because you all know from just from watching the Vegan Zombie channel that I post several times a week, and I've been very consistent with that for years now. So I'm not going to change that, but the videos are probably going to be a little bit different because we're going to be on the set of a movie, and we'll still show food, because all the food on set is going to be 100% vegan all the time, every time. So that's going to be fun too, because not everybody working on this are vegan, so some the crew members and stuff like that. But there a ghost in my house? But they're excited to start eating vegan. And the thing is when hopefully when they start eating this food, they'll realize, oh, this is actually really, really, really good, and hopefully some of them will start feeling great on it, and maybe we'll even convert a few people on set to eat more compassionately, more vegan friendly, or maybe we'll create some more vegans. That would be great. What is the one for? Did somebody say something about the one? Did I miss it? Hit one if you're excited. Okay, I missed it. I'll hit a one right there. I'm excited. I'm excited. Bam. 44. A44. This is gonna be. Brooklyn said we should both, like, they did in Lord of the Rings. We should once this movie's made and comes to a wrap, that we need to get like our little tattoos of A44. I don't know. I don't know about that. But Deanna backed another 50 just for the support. Thank you. Yep, you sure did. Thank you so much. Seriously. Thank you guys. And again, I feel like most of you here have already backed us. It's the other vegans that we need to get the message out to. Because isn't it like, I did the math, and it's about roughly 20 million people in the United States alone are now vegan. 6% of the population. That's huge. So 20 million vegans out there. And we don't even have 1,000 backers on board. Come on, vegans, let's get going. Let's make this happen. We need a vegan mainstream movie. And that's going to lead into more vegan, because we aren't going to stop with this one movie. If we, like, think about this. If we get this movie and we can, make it happen what we want to happen. We can capitalize on this and put it out there and get the movie in the mainstream, and people now actually believe in what we're doing. Then we can easily, next time we want to make our sequel, we won't have to go through this and beg people to like help us out and to help make this a reality, because now investors will see what we have and they will actually believe in what we're doing, and then we can get a sequel or a TV series out there a lot easier, that's also going to like promote veganism. I'm always going to do stuff like that, so you don't have to worry with me. Have you talked to PETA? I tried. Actually, here's what let me, 1 second. I should probably show you this. If there's anybody from PETA out there, or anybody that wants to like get the word out, because I know you guys got a lot of followers and stuff. So the last Kickstarter we did one other Kickstarter years ago, and that was for a cookbook right here. This is our cookbook. If you guys are just joining the channel and you didn't know, we had a very successful Kickstarter. We got almost 3 times what we were looking for. We got our goal in 3 days. So I thought that we would get our goal pretty fast with this Kickstarter years later, and now I have 161,000 followers. Back then with this, I only had like 20,000 followers. But we were funded in 3 days because everybody wanted the cookbook. Now, the cookbook at the beginning has a little condensed, very short story of the vegan zombie, which is the script of the movie that I'll be making, and all of the pictures, and it's a cookbook. Okay, it was the forward on here is from Terry Hope Romero of Veganomicon, and I don't know. So the book has been translated to French. There's the French version. I know this is all backwards for you guys because I got the camera turned around, but bear with me. And it's also in German. Okay, so back in 2014, when my book came out, it was actually real late. It was December of 2013, but 2014 is pretty much when people got it after the Kickstarter. I was sent this. I was, well, we were the best vegan cookbook of 2014 by PETA. It's a Libby Award. So that was what we had from PETA. Okay. So if anybody works with PETA or anything and then get us a shout out, that'd be great. I took a picture the other day with all these cookbooks in different languages next to this, and I sent it to PETA, and I said, please, PETA, can you give us some love here? This is going to appeal to veganism in a major way. There's really no reason for anybody that's a vegan company not to. I know people don't like to share fundraisers, but this is above, this is above all that. Like this kind of like overlooks that whole clause where you don't post other people's crowdfunders because, you know, sometimes they get a little bit out of control. But this is for like only good. Like this, only good can come out of this. You know, as vegans, we need a vegan mainstream movie, and we need. We know how hard it is for you know, for farm sanctuaries to function. You know, people are doing it. They're volunteering their times. They're donating their money. They're using their own money just to keep these animals from being slaughtered and live in abusive situations. So, you know, they have to have care and uptake and medication and food and shelter and all of these things. And this movie could generate so much money that could be donated. We're donating to 5 sanctuaries. 2 of the sanctuaries are one of the ones that I'm going to post a video on tomorrow, where you can actually see the animals firsthand as I go up and meet them all. And that's Mockingbird Farm Sanctuary. That's in Byron, New York. The other one is Tamerlane Farm Sanctuary. By the way, being at Mockingbird Sanctuary yesterday and touring their farmhouse, and we're definitely going to film some of the scenes there for A44. So that's pretty awesome. How would you like that? Just imagine, you know, the movie makes it big. It does a big, you know, it you know, you can see for itself. It does its own thing. You know, people can decide for themselves if it's a good movie or not. Let's just say it does really well, and people love this movie whether they're vegan or not. It's got that vegan theme. It's converted many people, not everybody, but a lot of people, and it's been supporting these five sanctuaries. Now think about that. People usually, I mean, I know I did, just when I was last week in California, E.T. being my favorite movie, I searched out for some of those locations that E.T. was filmed in, just so I could see something that I was so nostalgic about. I went to the park where they filmed E.T., and I did a vlog there. When you could see it, it's like 3 videos ago or something. I did a vlog from that park, and that meant a lot to me, okay? So just imagine if this movie makes it good and becomes maybe a cult classic. I don't know. That's just like wishful thinking at this point because we don't even have the funding. But if everything goes as planned, just think about that, and think about people would probably want to go visit that sanctuary because that's where the movie was filmed, and then they'd learn a little bit about the animals, and I mean, come on, that's priceless right there. So Tamerlane Farm Sanctuary is in Montague, New Jersey, and that's another one. And I have 3 more. I'm not going to announce them right now for good reason. I'm not announcing the other ones, but I can assure you, and I will update when, you know, everything goes as planned, what those sanctuaries are. So these sanctuaries don't even know that they are on the other end of the recipients yet. But 3 other sanctuaries, I picked them out very well. These are sanctuaries that really need the money, and people that I know that are, you know, good people. Because you got to be careful these days. Because if you all know that I did that video about that the one people that scammed everybody for about $35,000, they weren't even a real sanctuary. So you really got to be careful. You got to know. And I'm not saying that, you know, people aren't legit out there, but you really got to do your homework. So anyway, PETA, if you're watching this, or Mercy for Animals, I shout you guys out several times a month. Please, this is for the greater good. Please shout us out. We only have a couple days left. We just hit over $55,000. You guys are great. This is starting to work. It's like that scene where E.T. It's like E.T. He's coming back. The flowers go up, and it's like E.T. You know, it's happening. We need it to happen. Now I feel like I've been talking too much. I feel like it's your guys' turn to talk, but then I remember I'm the only one talking on the live stream. Because we don't have anybody on split screen right now. Can you even do that on YouTube? I don't know. That would be amazing, and that is I like that idea, Nova. Nova's daughter said that if there was a video game for A44, she wants Indy to be a playable character. I actually like that idea. I want to play that game right now. You know, I was a huge fan of the games too when I was little. Like, I grew up in the 80s and saw E.T. and I remember on Atari, E.T. came out and it has been called E.T. has been called like the worst game that was ever made for Atari. It was like the downfall of Atari, and there's a whole documentary on Netflix about it, about how they just got so upset about it and they threw them all away and they buried them in the desert somewhere. And it's true, they really did. They dug them up and they found some of them, so it's a true story. The guy that was making him, he was on a very tight time crunch when he made the game E.T. And I remember playing it. It was almost impossible to play the game. But imagine nowadays some of the games they can make, and we could make an A44 movie, and you could use Indy for a character. That I love that idea. Brooklyn, we have to do that. A game. We're at 55,160. Let's keep going, guys. Let's get this up to 80,000. We need to get 80,000 in 4 days. Maybe we do need to do a telethon. Maybe we do a telethon tomorrow. I don't know. And tomorrow, if you're in Syracuse, New York, or in the area, go to Strong Hearts Cafe, because that's where the fundraiser will be. We are doing vegan grilled cheeses there. I posted the video tonight to let you guys know a little bit more of what we're doing. And VioLife donated a 30-pound block of their pepper jack cheese. So we made some grilled cheeses last night at Strong Hearts. They taste delicious, and they're going to be selling them all day tomorrow, 9 a.m. to midnight. That's so funny, Byron. You're right. E.T. is the best film ever, and the video game is the worst game ever. That's true. Oops, I accidentally... How are Indy's acting skills? Well, we might have to work on them. He's a cutie. And if there's like, I mean, if I have to say, Indy, here's a carrot, he will come over and grab that carrot, and he'll be in heaven. So I don't know. Yeah, we have to figure that out. We have probably another dog as well. The problem is trying to get another dog that looks like Indy the pup. Indy the pup, he's the cutest little pup, but he's not really little. He's a 110-pound little pup. Where is he anyway? Do you want to see Indy? Does anybody want to see Indy? I don't know. Give me a 2 if you want to see Indy. If there's more than 5, I'll grab Indy. 1 million of the... I don't think we have enough of the grilled cheeses to have 1 million of them, but we do have a lot. If we... Oh, okay, fine. I'll get Indy. Hold on 1 second. Indy, come here. Let's see if he listens to me. I only said it once. Is he going to come? I don't know. No, I know. We have 99 people on. 99 people to see this little boy right here. He's a good boy. He came right when I said, Indy, come here. Yes, he did. Come here. Over here. What are you doing? What are you doing? You making sure no zombies come? Yeah. It's Indy the pup. He smells like a pup too. He needs a bath. Do you need a bath? Are you such a pup that you need a bath? Yeah. You're a pup. What are you doing? Over here. Over here. Come here. Seats. Right there. Seats. 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 Plots. Plots. Plots right there. He knows German. There he is. He's plotting. Yeah. Okay, he's stretching. You see him stretch? He's got his little paws out there and he's stretching. Yeah, she's a good boy. Yeah. Oh, downward dog. Yeah. You're going to be a star. You're going to be the most famous vegan dog. Anyway, that's Indy the pup for you. He is... There you go. I just revealed one of the actors. Summer says, okay, I'm pledging more because he's adorbs. Adorable. We saved your dog's life. Let me guess. You went over to V-Dog. V-Dog is no joke. And he's been on V-Dog for years now, and he's never been healthier. Indy the pup, when I got him, he had parvo, and he almost died. And I put him in intensive care, and he pulled through, and then eventually I put him on a vegan diet, and he The vets had him on a prescribed non-vegan diet for the longest time, and finally I'm like, you know what? He's gonna be a vegan dog, and it worked. He became healthy again, and here he is today. He didn't die of parvo. You're a zombie survivor, aren't you? Yes. What are you doing? You want to shake my hand? Yes. Okay. So that's Indy the pup. We are at, wow, we need 300 more and we'll have 55555. Wow. And thank you guys for pledging. This is, usually we go on and we don't see a change. Indy is vegan. Indy's been vegan now for 6.5 years. He's couldn't be healthier. Let me tell you some of the changes when I put him on V-Dog. V-Dog, when I put him on V-Dog, he doesn't smell. I mean, I know he smells like he hasn't had a bath in a while, but in general, his coat doesn't smell. His he used to have rashes before, and he would always bite at them. And but V-Dog is hypoallergenic, so he doesn't get any more rashes or anything like that. And he's healthy. He's so healthy. He's happy. He's healthy. He's smart. And he's just a big pup. And I don't get paid for this, but if you guys want to get V-Dog and you're a new customer, you can use code ZOMBIEDOG, and that should give you, I think, 10 or 15% discount. I highly recommend V-Dog. They also have smaller kibble for smaller dogs, and they also have breath bones and stuff like that. And we're at 100 viewers right now, so I'm going to reiterate some of the things. I don't think we've been at 100 viewers in a while now, so some of the actors that have said yes to this film, which the reason why, again, I couldn't say the actors was because we need to give them a formal offer with a monetary value to their agents, or else we can't say their name. So technically I'm not saying they're in the film because we're not funded yet, but if we could realistically get funded by the goal and shoot during the time we are supposed to shoot, we have people like Ed Asner, who played Santa Claus in the movie Elf. He was the president of the Screen Actors Guild. I mean, that's huge, award-winning actor. If you don't know who Ed Asner is, look him up. Tony Todd, a horror icon right there. He played Candyman in the movie Candyman. You just don't say it 3 times. I just said it twice, so I better chill out for the rest of the night. I think you got to say it all in once, right? Because I did say it earlier. And Tony, if you come here, can I just do an interview before you kill me? I mean, come on. Who else? Dr. Greger. You guys know nutritionfacts.org. Dr. Greger, vegan Dr. Greger. If we can do it, he can only do it one day. He's only there for one day. His window of opportunity here is very small, between a 4-hour period of one day. He'd be great for the part. I'd love for him to do this. Obviously myself, Indy the pup down here. We have Maggie Wagner, who you could Google her IMDb. She's been in a lot of things as well. And who else? Well, the one I already talked about, Dee Wallace from E.T. I mean, come on. For me, that's huge. I met her a few years ago, and you can actually check out that video I did with her, Dee Wallace. I think it's on my second channel. You know what? Byron, are you still here? You usually go and grab my videos I talk about, and then you link them. So if you could grab that video, it's like Scaricon with Dee Wallace or from E.T. or something. I don't know. It's on my second channel. And then there's... So you guys can link that in there. So I met her, and so... Okay. I was kind of starstruck, and I never get starstruck, but like she's from my all-time favorite movie. She was the mom in E.T., and to me that was huge. And she was there for 3 days. So the first day I walked by her, and I was too afraid to even go over there. The second day, I kind of did the same thing. I saw this little kid talking to her, so I kind of just eavesdropped for a little bit. And then when he was about to get done talking, like when he was about to leave, I'm like, oh, and I ran away. So the third day, I told myself, like, hey, you know what? If I don't go talk to her today, I might never talk to her ever. So I went up there, and I said, I'm looking at all, because she's in like so many movies, and she's in a lot of horror movies like Cujo, The Howling, Lords of Salem, Rob Zombie's Halloween. I mean, she's in tons of movies, but she's in my all-time favorite, which is E.T. And she's got all these posters of all these other movies like Cujo and all that, Halloween, and she had this one of her with E.T. And I already knew right there that I was going to get this. So she asked me, she said, she goes, if you have any questions, I'll answer anything you want. You know, I did movies with Spielberg and whatever, so any questions. And I'm like, I'm a huge film buff, and obviously E.T. is my favorite movie of all time. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to ask you tons of questions. And guess what? I couldn't think of one single question to ask her. My mind went blank. And I just kind of pointed, I'm like, I'll take that one. And I asked for this one, and she said, to Chris, be good. And you guys, if you've seen E.T., you know what that means. Be good. So I love this. And it means a lot to me to be able to have Dee Wallace on board to play my character's mother in the film, if we get funded. Again, if we don't get funded on time, we're still going to try to get other investors to fund this movie. But if we have to push back when we're going to film this, we might not have these actors. So right now we have these actors, but if we get the funding, we potentially, it's weird, you know, because they need the offer, the monetary offer to, but we've talked to either agents or the actors, whatever. We also have somebody from the Goonies, which I can't say. We have somebody from one of the Twilight movies, which I can't say. And we also have somebody from the original Pet Sematary, which I can't say. And I think, is that everybody that's right now? Right now, yes. I think that's everybody that I just went through. So, this is a pretty big deal. And this movie has the potential to really impact the vegan mainstream. By all purposes, we want this to be a mainstream movie. We have representation that will get us distribution, Netflix. We're shooting for theaters. We want to do theaters worldwide. Like, that's our goal. And this could be huge. The movie kind of ends up in with a vegan role model, a vegan superhero that can go on to sequels, where it's kid and family friendly, which we could totally rename from A44 to actually call it the Vegan Zombie, because we've already established with A44, and people can see it and see for themselves. Like, I am so confident in the script and our crew that the movie is going to speak for itself. And once it does, and once we get that chance, and you know, certain people believe in us, and we get the funding that we need to make this movie happen, then we will be able to prove to the world that we weren't full of it, and we can bring an awesome, entertaining movie to the masses, but also with a vegan message, and be able to help these 5 sanctuaries. Think about that. Think about all the good that could do. This is bigger than any person. This is bigger than me or my co-director or anybody. This is about a greater good. This really is. And I can't think of a better way to do that, to do so much good, than to do such an awesome project, you know? This would be fan-funded by all of you guys. And, you know, you guys are the ones that donated. You guys are the ones that believe in this. And it sucks because there's a lot of people that haven't given us that chance, that don't believe in us. People that I've supported for years are just giving me the cold shoulder. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people that are supporting, and I'm grateful for everybody. But in the last 10 years, I've supported so many people. In fact, one of the things that I love that gives me pleasure is being able to help other people. And I just don't get it. I don't get why I'm getting the cold shoulder from so many. I don't get it. That's my honest feeling about that. I don't understand why some people are not replying or whatever. And believe me, I've reached out to so many people. Almost every person with any kind of influence, anybody that anybody suggested. I've at least, you know, it's one of those, it can't hurt to try. So I've really reached out to so many people. Oh, and we also have the music from Moby. So if you're just joining us there, Moby, I saw him in person last week, and we had a little talk, and he said that we're free to use his music. And the song that I asked him to use immediately when he said that was, I said, can I use the song Ever Loving? That's my favorite song that you have. And he said, sure thing. So that song is going to go great for a certain part of the movie that I can already visualize, where, you know, when we're in the back of the pickup and we're driving down like you know, cornfield rows and train tracks and stuff like that. And I'll be like in the back truck bed with Indy the pup. And that song will be playing probably 2/3 into the song. It's perfect, perfect. It'll be just like a quiet montage, or it's gonna be awesome. This is gonna be such a good movie, guys. I really want this to happen, and I'm sure that a lot of you guys want it to happen. It's not a corny zombie movie where the zombies are searching for grains. This is a real zombie movie. Think real zombies that are dangerous and scary, and we need to find the answer. We need to figure out what's going on. We need to find a cure. We need to find a way to stop this and a way to survive. And there is a very, very awesome vegan theme to this. So I will try Keanu Reeves. I will say that almost every single celebrity I've reached out to, I've been crickets, seriously. So I will say that we got my friend Ryan got us a little tweet out from the guy that I forget his name, the guy that plays Kevin in American Pie. So mad props to him for shouting us out. That was awesome. And Ryan himself just came out with his new album, and Ryan will most likely, hopefully we shoot it here, most likely be in the movie as well. So my friend Ryan Coughlin Music, check that out, Coughlin, Coughlin Music. Yes. So unfortunately, it's like it doesn't look too promising to get any celebrities to help out with this. So I don't know the best way to get a good shout out. I'm thinking, well, I'm hoping, I don't know, like uh, a, a YouTube celebrity, maybe a YouTuber with a lot of followers. Unfortunately, there's only been like one or two that have said anything about this, that have a really big following. There's a few people that have made videos and stuff like that that have some smaller channels. But what I'm saying is, like, people with like they get a lot of views. But yeah, I have a handful of friends that have been going out of their way to help shout this out, and I couldn't be more grateful. I don't want to sound like nobody's doing anything. Obviously, people are helping, or we wouldn't be at where we are now. It's just, I know how big the vegan community is, and I know how many answers of silence I've gotten, and it's almost over. It really is. I don't want to sound pessimistic. I'm not. I'm very optimistic. I think we're going to do it. I think at the last couple days, right now we're at 777 backers. We're at 55,275. So we're doing all right tonight at least. We need to keep going. I don't know what it is I'm saying. Like, we got more people on watching than normal, so that's good. Maybe it's because I've announced some of the actors that would be in this if we do get funded. Which is exciting. I can't think of a more exciting thing to be in a movie, directing a movie, and be in a movie with one of the celebrities that is in my all-time favorite movie. That, to me, is pretty amazing. So the thing, okay, so we were gonna try to reach out to Woody Harrelson, because we were looking at giving him a cameo, but also we thought it would be really cool, since he's a big time vegan, if he could help produce it, and that would be nice to have like a big time vegan celebrity's name at the beginning of the movie. You know, before it says directed by Chris Cooney and Brooklyn Hudson. But like almost on cue, like right after we thought of this, right after we had started this and we were about to reach out to him, there was a tweet that came up that I looked at that said Woody Harrelson and crew are set to film Zombieland Part 2, which is supposed to come out the same time our movie is supposed to come out. So I can guarantee you he's not going to do anything for this zombie movie when he's working for Zombieland 2. So yeah. Also, when I created the vegan zombie, a few months afterwards, Zombieland came out. So that was that also happened like right after I created the vegan zombie. Um, so here they are again. I don't know. I love Zombieland, by the way. I'm not dissing it in any way. I'm just saying the timing could have been different. Noah Craig has been great. We've been doing a lot. Craig supported the Kickstarter. I was blown away by his pledge. So, yeah. So we'll probably do more videos together as well. I wanted him to be the behind-the-scenes photographer, videographer for this project. I offered him that job, but he wasn't able to do it. So. Healthy, crazy, cool. I think we already did an interview together. We did couple together, if that's the same one that the podcast that I'm thinking of. Linda's got to go. Have a great night. Thank you for moderating for us, Linda. No, Craig will not be in the movie. I don't know. Is there anything else I can answer while we're still on here about the movie? Any questions? Any doubts? Otherwise, I'm probably gonna wrap this up. We've been on right now for 97 minutes, so that's quite some time. Volume. Is it too loud or too low? I've been talking this way for over an hour and a half. Brooklyn has just posted the Kickstarter link again, so please go over there and check that out. How long would the movie be? Laura gave us some more examples of some other vegans. The movie will be about an hour, 45 minutes. Perfect time. It's not too short and it's not too long. I love watching movies, but sometimes when I see a movie that's over 2 hours, I'm like, I totally want to watch this movie, but let's wait until another night because I don't want to stay here for 2 hours. So I think that's a perfect time. Nova says, I was wondering if the money people have donated to you through YouTube are not able to put into the Kickstarter fund. No, they're not able to be put into the Kickstarter fund. But I'm still using it for, hopefully, when we get funded. So I've had to do a lot of other things on my end, like go out to California to do the videos I did, to promote the Facebook post and stuff like that. So that will help with that. I can't directly put it into my own Kickstarter. It doesn't allow that. So I would have to transfer it to somebody else in order to do that. And right now, it's in my YouTube fund until next month. So it does help for what we're doing because it all goes to the same thing. It just doesn't go into the Kickstarter. So that's why I've been telling people to go over to the Kickstarter instead of the YouTube page to fund that. And I do know that some people don't have credit cards and they only use PayPal. Personally, I like using PayPal myself. What will the plot be like? Yes, exactly. The meat and dairy is what is causing the zombie infection to the people. And they need to figure out what it is. People are coming up with all these stomach bugs and getting really sick and eventually turning into zombies. And The main character, who is a vegan, doesn't realize why people are turned into, why he's not getting sick at this point, and they gotta kind of like survive and figure out what the problem is. And there's other things at play. There's an intense bond between the dog and the main character, and then you'll be pleasantly surprised near the end of the movie. Um, what? Melissa says, I was the first vegan YouTuber I found when I got interested in veganism. Awesome. You know, that's always good to hear. That's what makes me keep doing what I do, making videos. Because sometimes when you feel bummed out and then you hear that, it's like, oh, okay, so I'm helping people out. So that's, okay, we're at 55,575. So we just went up even more. So we're doing all right tonight. This is it's doing pretty good. Laura just upped her pledge, so that was you. Thank you again for the up and pledge. You know, a lot of people have been going there and upping their pledge, so I gotta hand it to all of you that have already pledged, that are going back and upping your pledge. Imagine if everybody went back and upped their pledge a little, we would definitely have what we have. Now, I'm not saying to do that, because I would never say, you know, you've already pledged, but that's just an opportunity there. But we really need to get the word out to the other vegans. You know. And thank you all so much for that. If you guys are just joining us, we are talking about A44. We're talking about some of the actors that we would potentially have if we meet our goal on time. Can we have freely decapitating zombies too? Sure, let's get her in there. Decapitating them, eating a banana. I definitely think that's true. I think everybody does want this movie to happen. If not, they probably wouldn't be on the stream watching me rant about all this stuff. It's exciting. It's like, I mean, I've had some time for this to settle in, but when I first heard news that we were going to be doing this, I couldn't sleep. And when I did sleep, every morning that I woke up, I would be in disbelief that this was actually really happening. I thought it was like a bad joke that somebody was playing on me, that I had this opportunity to make this, my movie, come true. And not just, I thought that I would eventually make this movie and it would be like a YouTube thing with my friends, That's what I thought. I didn't think for a second that we would be mainstream or Netflix or any of that stuff with actors such as Dee Wallace, Tony Todd, Ed Asner. This just beyond, it's beyond my wildest dreams. It really is. 55,575 with 777 backers with about 3.5 days to go. We need, this is doable. We could do this. If we keep going like this and we can get it up to 60,000 just tonight, and then we need in the next 3 days. So we're going to do that fundraiser at Strong Hearts. I don't know how much we could possibly make if we sold all of them. It's not a lot, but it's maybe $1,000 to $1,200, maybe. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that is the fundraiser we're doing at Strong Hearts. We are doing grilled cheese sandwiches tomorrow, all day from 9 a.m. to midnight. Buy your zombie grilled cheese sandwich. All proceeds will be going to the Kickstarter. How can I up my pledge? You got to go, I don't know the technicalities of it. You got to go in there and you just got to say there should be a thing where you can like up your pledge, increase your pledge, something like that. We need $80,000 by September 12th at 11:22 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now we're at 55,575. So you got to go to the Kickstarter and it'll ask you to manage your pledge and click on it and change the amount. Byron, I'm not really sure. We've been talking about a lot of stuff. We've been reiterating a lot of stuff, like with the actors and the Kickstarter and stuff like that. So everybody on here is okay. So now we're at 55,680. So it's really going up. So you guys are really pledging, and thank you so much. There's all kinds of cool pledges, premiere tickets. I mean, from what we've tried already, like the big popular celebrities, they're not even going to look at the messages. And I know it can't hurt to try. I've literally reached out to every celebrity I could think of for this. I haven't even had anything looked at really. I will say that I do know personally Elisa White Glues from Arch Enemy, and she's a vegan, and she actually made me a little video clip, and I posted that on my Facebook and my Instagram. You can check that out. That was awesome of her. Why should you go pledge? Because this is an amazing movie that is going to do so much good. It's going to have an entertaining zombie movie out there. It's also going to have a vegan message out there. It's going to support 5 vegan sanctuaries, and it can go on to have a TV series potentially that will be amazing as well, and very, very action-packed and entertaining. Think Stranger Things, but with like a zombie kind of twist. So this is going to be a great movie, a mainstream movie, and I hope everybody would want to be involved in this. Your dollar could go towards something amazing and support so many animals. 5 sanctuaries, that's hundreds of animals, literally. And they get funds. Every time this movie gets paid, they get paid. It's like investors. So they get 5 investor points. 5 investor points are being split up between 5 sanctuaries. Exactly. So movies get paid every time, you know, people watch them, every time somebody rents them. For the lifetime, people get royalties for the lifetime of that movie. And so this could be potentially, you know, 10, 15, 20 years or even more. Every time the movie makes money, investors get royalties. So every time the movie makes money, those animals will be, you know, taken care of, which is awesome. Can we add a time traveler in? I would love to add a time traveler in. I would love to go back in time. I would love to go in the future and to see how good this movie actually is doing in theaters. It could be beyond our wildest dreams. It could be doing way better than I even thought it was going to do. And then, you know, what do we do then? We make more. We make more because I have a whole universe of what could be happening in sequels for this. And it ends with a vegan role model, a vegan superhero that goes on to be a family-friendly, kid-friendly TV series. And this will, it'll be like the Bambi effect. If you guys don't know what the Bambi effect is, when Bambi came out, after people watched the movie Bambi, hunting licenses dropped drastically, and they never went back up to what they were after the movie Bambi, because people resonated with that. People actually made a connection, and they didn't want to go out and shoot a deer because they made a bond in the movie Bambi. This will kind of do the same thing as far as what people eat. It'll make people think, and it'll also make people laugh and people cry and people, there might be some scary parts too, and that's what we want. I want to make a movie that can evoke emotion. Like I said, the ending of this movie, if it's done right, will give you chills. It will make the hair on your neck stand up. It'll make you like want to see more. You will want to see a sequel. You will want to see more, and it'll make you think about the movie after you leave the movie. That's what I want. That's what I wrote a nice letter to Ellen last night, and then I sent it to her. And I got an email back that said, email box full. Sorry, could not be delivered. I don't know where to get it to her. Mike says, how much would we need to donate? And then Brooklyn answers it, for royalty payouts. So that would be apart from the Kickstarter. So not the Kickstarter, but investor points. Each investor point is $7,000. So half of a point is $3,500. So if you own a point or half a point, you every time the movie makes money, you get paid back your money, and then 10% on top of that, I believe, is what it is. So if this movie does really well, investors get paid really well. Think about the investors for like a movie like E.T. Those investors are millionaires today. But for something like this, this is a low budget movie. It's a low budget movie, but we still need more money than more money than I've ever seen to get this movie going, because this isn't like a YouTube movie. We have a professional crew, a professional cast, we have iconic actors, and we need to pay for everything that goes into a movie, from like wardrobe to makeup to food to sets to lighting, to flying the actors out to lodging, everything that goes into making a movie, pre-production, the locations that we'll be shooting in, permits. It's crazy. It's so crazy, and it's all budgeted out to a T. So you can't do a movie if you're not doing it professionally. I mean, you can do a movie, but that doesn't mean you're going to get it into movie theaters and stuff like that. So this is going to be done the right way. I've tweeted so many celebrities only to hear crickets, but I don't know. I'll try Ellen, but I really want to get, like, I sent an email. You can't just say, hey, can you support this? Because most people won't. So you gotta. I did write to Kevin Smith like 3 times. Miley is on the list too. I didn't think I could get a hold of her. I can't find. You got to understand, like, you can't just. Like, for instance, I wrote to Rob Zombie on Instagram, and he never even looked at it. They didn't even look at it, probably because they get so many messages that go to the spam mail that they don't look at. I even get messages that go to the spam mail, and I'll actually go through them all and I'll look at them. So I don't know if they did look at them. They didn't reply to it. They didn't let me know that they looked at them. Charlena made a pledge. Thank you. Now we're up to 680. No, 690. Thank you so much. Saving lives, animal and human. Yes, catering company. We need to try to work with some to get some free food. So that's where we try to work that in to say, hey, you want to be in the movie? Wegmans. Yeah. So that'd be cool if Kevin Smith could do it. My friend reached out to his daughter, Harley Quinn, who's a vegan as well. And I tweeted him I wrote to his email. That would be amazing, Kevin Smith, because he started like this too. He started from nothing, and he made, what was it, Clerks first, and then Mallrats. Anyway, so you know what I wanted to do. What I did, it didn't happen because, but do we all know my friend Cesar that's in a lot of my videos? Well, Cesar, when he has his hat on right, he looks like Silent Bob, and I could make myself look like Jay, with my hair down and clean shaven face and a beanie on, and we were gonna reenact that photo of Jay and Silent Bob. I was gonna tag him in that and say, hey, we need your help for something, but we don't have time to do that. And he is vegan now. He lost a ton of weight. He had a heart attack before, so he started eating a lot better. He went vegan. He was just at the vegan street fair, so that's awesome. Wow. Uh, so if someone donated, say, 3,500, does that affect the Kickstarter amount you need? Yes, if they donate it to the Kickstarter. If they donate it to the investor points, no, it has nothing to do with the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter is a portion of what we need. We need that to get funded. We need the Kickstarter money. We're also asking outside investors. If that doesn't happen, we are going to go get, we need 25% down. So we need the Kickstarter money first and foremost. And then we'll get the rest of it funded through like loans and stuff. It will be made. It just has to do with whether we have investors or not. So I would think everybody would jump on board to want to be part of something like this. It's kind of like if you could go back in time and buy stock in Microsoft back in 1981, of course you would, because you know how good that's gonna do, or Apple or something like that. Vegan restaurant owners, yeah, like organizations, vegan companies, product companies. We've been reaching out to so many. Oh, thank you, Shannon, for posting it to Reddit. That's awesome. Reddit's the one platform that I'm not familiar with. Like, I never use Reddit, so thank you for doing that. Is John part of that? You know what? John will have a cameo in this, and I think you guys will all be excited to see that. Mike, email sent. Thank you, Mike. How much is required to invest? Well, you can invest anything as much as $1 on our Kickstarter, all the way up till as much as you want. In the investor package, I think the lowest you can invest is a 3,500, half a point. If you want to become an investor, reach out to me or Brooklyn and send us an email, and we will send you the investor package, and you can see all the projections and everything you need to know, the risks, all that for being an investor. So yeah, so 7,000 is 1% of the film. The beard, I have not shaved it since I went to get the makeup on for when George turned me into a zombie. You can either email Brooklyn or you can contact me through the Vegan Zombie at theveganzombie.com at the contact me post. It's 11 o'clock. So if you guys have any investors, or you're interested in yourself being an investor in this, please get to us. This could totally make a difference for us getting this going, and it can also make a difference for you. So basically that would be the same points that the sanctuaries get. So that's huge. That's pretty huge. Rather than donating $30 or something, they're getting a $7,000 point. And every time the movie makes money, they get paid. That's the thing. We've been trying to get on all these news platforms. We have 3 days left to do this. Nobody's getting back to us, or the people that have got back to us have already run the news outlets. We've been in Veg News, Live Kindly. I've been here on local Syracuse.com. So you would think there'd be more people involved here. This movie's gonna be awesome. It's just when we can do it. Hopefully, we have 3.5 more days to get to the goal. And if everybody tells everybody they know, and you just mention it to your friends and say, hey, there's a really cool movie that can do a lot of good, and you guys are the first to be part of this. If this happens and blows up, you guys are part of this. You guys are part of this becoming what it can become. And I just feel like a lot of the investors we've talked to don't see the full picture, and they don't get it, so they don't believe in what we're doing, because they see maybe like a different kind of zombie thing. But this is huge, and without giving it away, it's like I think a lot of people have the wrong idea of what this movie is. This isn't a funny parody of a bunch of zombies searching for grains. It's not. It's a real zombie movie with a real awesome plot, with an awesome story and substance, and great character arc, and an amazing ending that will give you chills. Literally, you will have chills. You will be at the edge of your seat, and you will want to see more. You will not want this. You will want there to be a TV series, and it's something that's like we want to do. We want this to happen, and we can't do any of that without proving ourselves through the first one. We'll talk to what it can do in the future once we get the first one done, but this could do so much for the vegan movement, having a mainstream vegan movie it's not poking fun of vegans. There are no mainstream vegan movies that are not documentaries. So this is it. This is what we need to do. And if we need to make it as a horror movie, then that might be the best way to do it. That might be the best way to get the message out to non-vegans, Seeing this movie and falling in love with some of the characters, and then seeing like the bigger picture. That's what it's all about. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream tonight. I will probably be doing more of those. I have more videos to edit. Check out the one that I just put up tonight. Basically, I show you what we're going to do tomorrow with that 30-pound block of cheese from Violife, vegan cheese, of course. And we're making vegan grilled cheese to benefit, fundraise for this project. So that'll be fun. Go check out that video. I posted it a few hours ago on YouTube, Vegan Zombie on YouTube. We are at, as I'm about to log off here, so we're at 55,750. So that's pretty awesome. I think that $2,000 that we got since I was on. We've been on for about 2 hours, almost exactly. Thank you, everybody. Natalie, for upping your pledge. Thank you, everybody else, for pledging, for upping your pledge, for believing in this. We're not going to let you down. If we make this goal, we will give you an amazing movie, and so many good things can come from it. So believe in us, and we will deliver. So right now, I'm going to get going. We have the link. The link is pinned on my Facebook. There's a little video that shows my Kickstarter video. Just click on that link, and you will come right to the Kickstarter. You can find it there. You can also find it in the link of my Instagram profile. And almost every video that I've posted on YouTube in the last week or two has the link to it right under the video. So I got to get back to editing videos, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and listening to this. Stay safe, watch out for zombies, and I'll see you guys next time.